I have something out. Like I said, the service is going to be a little different this morning. I know we have a lot of people missing this morning, and I was praying about that before I started and came up here. I'm like, Lord, and you told me to do it today, and there's not a lot of people here. So, but if I know anything about Harvest Country Church, is word spreads around here fast. So we like to spread stuff around. Not necessarily a bad thing, but hoping on you to tell everybody else. For those who don't know, I'm Josiah. Everybody here knows that. I've been coming here for 5 years, ever since we moved down from Minnesota. I've been serving as the youth pastor for 3 years, and I've been filling in the role, as Pastor Scott passed away in December of last year, so a little over 7 months. This journey, this position that I've been in has there's been mood swings, there's been spiritual battles, there's just been so much. And the majority of it, I've been like, wow, Lord, who am I that you put me in this? Like we talked last week, who am I? Like, who am I? And I've tried to be super humble, and I've tried to knock pride out of my heart. Like, there's nothing that I'm doing up here that no one else can do. There's people that can do it way better. It's all glory. It's all glory to God. And I just put that all out there, this little disclaimer, because I don't want you to think I'm trying to be prideful standing up here. I don't want you to think I'm putting people down. I don't want you to think it's really from a humble heart. I've talked to several people. I've been advised by several people in this church and outside of the church that I respect, that are all following the Lord. And I've been praying for the past few months. There are some things in my personal life that I got to make some big decisions on. The biggest one being our house. It's falling apart. It's 30-year-old mobile home, and it's costing. The AC never gets below 90 degrees, and it's just that it just gets hot, and there's mold and all kinds of stuff that is happening. We talked about this at the last men's breakfast, right? So there's just all kinds of things, and I'm having to make decisions on. Just Eric and I are looking at all the things on the table, going, there's just some things that we need to figure out. And the big one is what's going to happen at Harvest Country Church. What are we going to do here at Harvest Country Church? What is the role? I've talked with God. I've prayed with God. I know I'm called to serve him. I know I'm called to preach and teach. I know I'm called to give him my all, I've surrendered my life to him, whether that's here at Harvest Country Church or that's at a different church. I am going to surrender the rest of my life for the Lord. I would like it to be here. Eric and I are on the same page. We would both like to serve here. This past 7 months, God has given me a love for the bride, for the church, that I did not have before Pastor Scott passed away. Yes, I had friends and I enjoyed some people, but like genuine love where I sacrifice my time and my finances and my heart and my desires, and I put it into the people. I didn't have that a year ago. That's just that. And then like I said, that's credit to the Lord. That's all the things that God has been working in my heart and my life while I've been doing this. I would like to be pastor here. I've told this to individuals on the pastor search team. I've told this to the individuals of the trustees. When I was praying about it to the Lord, and I said, Lord, I need to know, Lord, do I go buy this house, or do I go put a new house on the property, or what do I do, Lord? What do I do? And he just said, put it up to the people. It's up to the church now. And I'm not trying to go behind the pastor search team back. I know I was part of the process of electing them. Like I said, there's no pride. I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm not trying to, really, it's at a humble heart. But there's just decisions in my life that I got to make choices soon. Everybody's got their own personal lives, and I got some big decisions that I got to make soon. It's become like a deadline kind of thing. And I'm not putting a deadline on this church. I'm not going to say, hey, if I don't hear back next week, and I'm not expecting it today. A lot of people are missing today. But I wanted to address it, because if the church doesn't want me as pastor, then that's okay. God has put me at peace with either way. But I would like to know so that I can start going to the next step. with what our family's got. Part of my job role as a father and a husband is to take care of my family too. And there's just some things that I'm like, man, there's a lot of things. So I'm not. This isn't a plea to say, hey, this is a burden, and I love this. This is what gets me up in the morning, serving the Lord, being reminded daily when people call me and ask me for help, when there's decisions or when I'm preaching the word and I'm diving in because I have to make sure that I understand the context of the material. It boosts me up and fills me up with the Lord. Like, it keeps me good. So I love it. I'm not trying to say it's a burden. There's just some decisions I got to make on the other side, just like we all have to do. That's why half the people aren't here today. They had other decisions in their personal lives that they had to make, So all I'm going to ask for you guys today who are here is, one, you pray about it, one, you seek the Lord. There's that pastor search team box back there. If you are, like today, you're like, no, you feel one way or the other about it, I ask you that you put something on a notepad over there and put it in the box for them. I will not see it. They're not going to show me the stuff. So put your name on there. I'm not going to, if you have bad things to say about me or good things to say, I won't see it. I will not see it. But I'd like you to put your names on there because I want there to be some honesty behind it. I want them, not just to be anonymous where, anybody can say anything and not put their name on, and, put your name on it. Like I said, I won't see it. I will be taking 2 Sundays off in August. How we do things here at Harvest Country Church is, or how we've done it in the past, just going off of the bylaws, is you got to have a 30-day notice for any business meeting where the church all gathers together to vote on something. And so if they get enough letters in there that says absolutely not, and there's not going to be a vote, then so be it. If there's enough where they're like, okay, we've got to entertain this, right? In August 16th and the 22nd, I will be gone. I have an insurance meeting up in Chicago. It's going to take a couple days for my job, and then I'm going to take my family up there with me so they can see my dad. I'm going to drop him off with my dad. He's never met Samuel. He saw Ulrich when he was a little baby, so now Ulrich is strong enough to swing at him and it'll hurt. So I want to show off my kids a little bit to my dad. So we're going to drive up there. That's why it's going to be 2 Sundays, because it's just going to take some extra time driving. But those might be the 16th and 22nd. Just as a church, we're meeting the trustees tomorrow. It might be a good opportunity for the church to hash it out. I know springing on this on some of you, you're like, whoa. Some of you you just started coming. You're like, this is crazy. This isn't about politics. This isn't about drama, church drama. This is just, hopefully you guys have known in the past 7 months, my heart is for the Lord. My heart is to hear his voice. My heart is to be in full surrender to him. My heart is for this church to succeed. My heart is, but ultimately it's for him. It's for the Lord. I am in awe and in full surrender of him. That's my heart. That's my heart. And I can do that anywhere. I'd like it to be here. But like I said, there's just some stuff that's happening in my personal life that I need to make decisions on pretty quick here. So I'm not putting a deadline on it, but I'd like by the time I come back from that trip up there, that if the church has some kind of conclusion for me, if they're going to move on or if they're going to, I'd like to know. So I present that before you all. Like I said, I know everybody's not here. It's being recorded, so they'll see that. I'm sure there'll be whispers in other people's ear too. So, please do so. Talk about it. Pray about it. Seek the Lord. That was my cry to the pastor search team, to the trustees, like, seek the Lord. And I've sought the Lord. The Lord said, you're good either way. I'm here with you. I'm for you. And I'm for him, and I'm at peace with it. So anyway, thank you for that. God is good, and he is faithful. And this church is still around. We got new people. We've had some people leave. We've had some new members, and it's awesome to see all the cool things that God has done in the past 7 months. It really is. He gets all the credit. like I said, it's not just me up here preaching. Mark's come up here a couple of times. We had Ted. There's a bunch of people serving behind the sidelines. I don't like to post all their names or say all their names every Sunday because sometimes the blessings that we receive when we do good deeds, we get later. We get a blessing from the King of Kings. We get, you know. So if I glorify the people up here and say thank you for doing all this, then that might be your blessing you get. So I usually try to keep it quiet. But there's other people working too. It's not just me. So like I said, I want to be super humble. I'm here for the Lord. I'm here for the Lord. I'm going to pray, and then we're going to